Hi, this is Lindsay Moeller, and this is my final presentation for CIT 260, Object-Oriented Programming. So the game that my partner and I created was the Santa Challenge, and the goal was that the player would act as Santa, and they would have to deliver all the presents around the world in a certain amount of time. So in this presentation, I will be reviewing static and non-static variables, arrays, array lists, and enums, and navigating arrays using the for statement. I will also review exception handling, character and byte streams, and how to write data to an external file. So starting with static and non-static variables. And we'll begin with static variables, which a static variable is essentially a global variable, and that just means that it's associated with a class rather than objects of a class. They're also called class variables. So when you want to define a variable independent of other objects of a class, you would make it a static variable. And this just means that the variable can then be accessed even before any of the objects of its class are created, or before referencing any of those objects. And static variables get initialized or loaded when all instances of the class are loaded. And this screenshot here is from our main class, which is the Santa Challenge. And you can see all the static variables because they are designated, or they use the designated keyword static. So public static game, public static void. Non-static variables are also called instance variables because they're specific to an instance of the class or object that they're associated with. And instance variables are declared in either a class or a method, and they're created by using the word new, and they're destroyed, or they can be created when a new object is created, and they're destroyed when that object is destroyed. And this screenshot is of our map model. So these variables here are the instance or non-static variables. And you can see one was the variable location, which we then below that had the getter and setter functions for. So if, or rather when, we wanted to call those variables, which we did from our map control. So on the right, you can see how we access those variables, and we have the type. We type. Oh, I'm just going to start this over.